Have you ever found yourself idly wondering how corned beef is made? Let's journey back in time where it all began. Our corned beef story originates from Ireland, where they started preserving beef through salting in the 17th century. This technique, known as corning, was born out of necessity during a time when refrigeration was but a distant dream. Corned beef has since journeyed across the oceans, finding its way into various cultures and cuisines. In the Caribbean, it's a staple, often sautéed with onions, tomatoes, and spices. Meanwhile, in the United States, it's a key player on St. Patrick's Day, paired with cabbage and celebrated by millions. From a humble beginning, corned beef has evolved into a beloved global dish, transcending borders and uniting taste buds. Its rich history is as fascinating as its flavor, a testament to human ingenuity and our enduring love for good food. Now that we've whetted your appetite with a bit of corned beef history, let's dive into how it's made. Corned beef, as the name suggests, starts with beef. But what kind of beef? The best cuts of beef used for making corned beef are typically brisket, rump roast, or round roast. But why these particular cuts, you may wonder? Well, the answer lies in the balance of fat and muscle in these cuts. Brisket, for instance, has a high fat content that keeps it tender and juicy throughout the long cooking process. Similarly, rump roast and round roast have a good amount of fat marbling, which infuses the meat with flavor as it cooks. These cuts also have a robust texture that holds up well to the brining and cooking process, ensuring that your corned beef doesn't turn into mush. They are dense, tough cuts of meat that become tender and flavorful when cooked slowly over a long period. So we've got our beef, but how does it become corned? The answer lies in the brining process. If you're enjoying this video so far, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we'll really appreciate it. Brining is a simple process of soaking the beef in a mixture of water, salt, sugar, and pickling spices. But don't let its simplicity fool you. This is where our humble beef starts its magical journey to becoming the delectable corned beef we all know and love. Let's break down the brining process. Picture a giant vat filled with cool, clear water. Now we add in our first ingredient, salt. Salt is the star of the show here, folks. It penetrates deep into the beef, breaking down its proteins and tenderizing it. This process, known as curing, is what gives corned beef its distinctive texture. Next up, sugar. Sugar acts as a flavor balancer to the salt, adding a subtle sweetness that complements the savory notes of the beef. It also helps to maintain the meat's natural color during the curing process. Then comes the fun part, the pickling spices. This is where each manufacturer can put their unique stamp on the recipe. These spices can include a blend of mustard seeds, peppercorns, cloves, allspice, and bay leaves. Each spice adds a layer of complexity to the flavor profile, creating a symphony of tastes that dance on your palate. The beef is then submerged into this flavorful brine, absorbing all those wonderful flavors. It's like a spa day for the beef, where it gets to soak in all the goodness. And just like us after a spa day, the beef comes out feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. But patience is key here. The beef needs to sit in the brine for several days, allowing the flavors to fully infuse into the meat. It's a slow process, sure, but good things come to those who wait. And wait we do. We wait for the brine to work its magic, for the flavors to meld together, for the beef to become tender and succulent. We wait for the transformation. We wait for the beef to become corned beef. After days of patient waiting, the brined beef is ready for its transformation into corned beef. Stay tuned to see what happens next in this culinary adventure. Cooking the corned beef is a slow process that requires patience and precision. Now let's dive into the art of cooking this delicious delicacy. Typically, there are two main methods used to cook corned beef: boiling and slow roasting. Each method imparts its own unique flavor and texture to the beef, resulting in a delightfully succulent final product. First, let's talk about boiling. This method is a favorite among many corned beef enthusiasts. The beef is submerged in a large pot of water, then brought to a gentle boil. A mix of spices such as bay leaves, peppercorns, and cloves are added to the pot, infusing the beef with a rich depth of flavor. As the heat permeates through the beef, the brine works its magic, tenderizing the meat and enhancing its natural flavors. The result? A tender, juicy corned beef that practically melts in your mouth. On the other hand, slow roasting presents a different take on corned beef. This method involves cooking the beef at a low temperature over an extended period. The beef is placed in a roasting tray, often with a bed of vegetables and a little liquid to keep it moist. The slow roasting process allows the beef to gradually absorb the flavors from the brine and the vegetables, while the low heat helps to break down the tough connective tissues. This results in a corned beef that's incredibly tender and packed full of flavor, with a slightly firmer texture compared to boiled corned beef. Both methods have their own merits, and the best one really depends on your personal preference. Some people swear by the melt-in-your-mouth tenderness of boiled corned beef, while others prefer the firmer, more robust texture of slow-roasted beef. Whichever method you choose, the key is to cook the beef slowly to allow the brine to do its work. After hours of slow cooking, the corned beef is finally ready. But the process doesn't stop there. The next steps are just as crucial in creating a corned beef that's truly worth the wait. The final steps in the process involve cooling, packaging, and shipping the corned beef. These stages are not to be undermined, as they play a crucial role in upholding the quality and safety of the corned beef. Once the corned beef is cooked to perfection, it's cooled down to a precise temperature. This step is vital to prevent bacterial growth and to ensure the meat's texture and flavor are well preserved. Next, the corned beef is packed into vacuum-sealed packages which protect it from exposure to air, thus maintaining its freshness and extending its shelf life. These packages are then loaded onto trucks and distributed all around the country, making their way to your local stores and favorite restaurants. So, whether you're biting into a corned beef sandwich at a deli or cooking one at home, remember the careful process that has been followed to bring this delicious meat to your table. And there you have it, the journey from beef to corned beef. Next time you enjoy a delicious corned beef sandwich, you'll know exactly what went into making it. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on all our delicious adventures. Until next time, take care and keep enjoying life's sweetest pleasures.